Hello guys, welcome back. We are here in Papillion, Nebraska, as I have been corrected.
It's the French pronunciation.
It's not the French
It's not the French
pronunciation.
pronunciation.
Oh, that's why.
That's why I had it wrong.
Head referee Matt Melton providing some inaccurate French translation for us.
I'm still working on English, guys.
Oh, all right, we have brooms up here on Mizzou versus Northern Colorado. Mizzou with your yellow and black. Northern Colorado with your yellow and gray. I will do my best to let you know who has quaffle and everything because I know the jerseys are very similar. All right, Mizzou taking a long shot, passes it behind the hoops, blocked by Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado is able to recover the quaffle. Northern Colorado had bludger control. Still has. Yes, has bludger control. No, never mind, they lost it. I thought somebody had a bludger on the far side and they did not. There's a yellow bludger, which is going to confuse me. Yeah, pass goes out of bounds. Mizzou to inbound. Mizzou keeper number 2 walking the quaffle up pitch. Mizzou with bludger control. I believe this is Northern Colorado's first regional appearance, if I am not mistaken.
In a while. I believe they've gone to regionals once before. But it's great to see them.
Yes, it is very good to see them.
They debuted at Crimson Cup earlier this year, played against some good teams, and it'll be exciting to see what lessons they learned from that tournament over here.
This will be exciting then. This is my first time getting to see them, so I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm pumped to see Valeria Dominguez and her sister Natalia play. I've known them for a while now.
Well, that's good. All right. Northern Colorado tries to pass. Mizzou is keeper able to pick it off, but then he gets the ball stripped from him. Northern Colorado with the quaffle again on the far side. Gets knocked away from their keeper. Mizzou picks it up, but apparently had gone out of bounds, so it is turned over back to Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado tries to go for a pass. Mizzou is able to pick it off. All right. Mizzou working their way up the field with the quaffle. A lot of bludger play happening at mid-pitch. Northern Colorado wrapping up the thighs, trying to push back over the midline. Number 6. They get beat, run back to their hoops.
That looked like it was nearly too low of a wrap earlier. Oh, but
stripped. And
225.
keeper for Mizzou is able to score. I do not have numbers on my list again, so I apologize. I will be referring to the numbers for the players. So I believe that was number 6, keeper for Mizzou. Northern Colorado walking the quaffle up the pitch. Mizzou still with bludger control, running a very tight defense on their hoops, and Mizzou recovers the quaffle.
fast break is stopped though. Look at number 2 on UNC. Not letting up.
UNC is coming in hot with these early grabs, wraps, and tackles, basically just trying to make it so that Mizzou cannot force the quaffle any further.
Oh, and that was a
over the
long
line from
pass
close
behind the
to zone.
hoops. Did not work out the way Mizzou thought it would.
All right, Northern Colorado with the quaffle behind their hoops. Mizzou still with bludger control. We are still scoreless here.
Oh, excuse me. That goal was not good then. My bad. Score.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, did they
Score. Yeah,
Sorry.
Mizzou scored
Apologies.
10-0.
As you can tell, I haven't let my morning coffee sink in yet. All right. It is 10-0 Mizzou. Mizzou picks up the quaffle, tries to run it up and pass it off, but gets beat. Number 2 for Northern Colorado gets beat by Mizzou. Number 6 of Northern Colorado able to recover the quaffle. Keeper for Mizzou tries to take the ball away from number 6, is unable. Ball gets passed off to Northern Colorado keeper, number 1.
Matt Melton here, reflecting his Duolingo skills that he's practiced during the pandemic.
All right, number 4 for Northern Colorado. Driving makes a pass off behind the hoops. It's just rolling, and Mizzou recovers. Mizzou passes the ball off to their keeper. Northern Colorado with bludger control. Mizzou walking the quaffle up the pitch. Northern Colorado on your right side, Mizzou on your left. Number 2, keeper for Mizzou. Slowly working way in towards Northern Colorado keeper zones. Nice spin move. Puts the ball through the little hoop. That makes our score 20-0 Mizzou.
Mizzou brought a gong.
There is a gong on the Mizzou sidelines that I think they will play for every goal. So that'll be fun.
At least it's not a vuvuzela.
Yeah.
There should be banned.
Or a cowbell. I'm not a big fan of cowbells either, personally. I mean, there's a time and a place for a cowbell, but
Not in Quidditch.
not in Quidditch. I am not one of those people that shouts needs more cowbell when the Reaper plays. And no, just no. All right. Mizzou with the quaffle running towards Northern Colorado.
Oh! Knocked out of their hand!
Wow, that was a great stop by Northern Colorado.
Wow!
All right. Number 2, keeper for Mizzou, tries to pick the pass off, unable. Number 1 for Northern Colorado, keeper walking the ball up the pitch, passes it off. Oh no!
Oh.
Mizzou is able to pick off that. It's a foot race to the goal. Bludger thrown, but unable to make contact with number 2 of Mizzou. Goal for Mizzou. Score is 30-0 Mizzou.
6:26.
We are 6 minutes and 26 seconds in. Northern Colorado walking the quaffle up. Tries to pass the ball off a little bit too high for number 2's hands. There's a slide in the corner. The ball gets turned over to Mizzou, though, because the ball had gone out before the slide occurred. No harm, no foul. All right, Mizzou's getting a fresh beater in. Walking the quaffle up pitch. Northern Colorado had bludger control, just lost it. But the quaffle gets tipped away from number 2's hands. Pass off to the side, unable to get that ball. Oh, they both tumble on the play. There's a hand up in the air by an AR. He puts it down, though. I think they determined that there was the falls were basically accidental and mostly just caused by the wet shirt. So, Northern Colorado with the quaffle. Mizzou with bludger control. If you are just joining us, score is 30-0 Mizzou. Probably about like 7.5 minutes into game time at this point. And there's a wonderful person that just brought me a roster that has numbers on it from Mizzou, and I am so excited.
Oh, this still says Mid-Atlantic on the stream. That's frustrating.
Okay. All right, so I finally have numbers for Mizzou. And I'm assuming he might end up getting some from Northern Colorado as well, if he's, a true gentleman. Anyway, Mizzou keeper running the quaffle up pitch. Mizzou still with bludger control. Northern Colorado doing a good job, though. Playing a really strong defense here. Is really packing the paint. Ball gets passed over top of the hoops. And Mizzou, number 11, Sydney. I'm going to stick with Sydney. I'm not going to try to say that last name and completely mispronounce it. So, Sydney with the goal for Mizzou brings it to 40-0. Mizzou leads. Mizzou with bludger control, standing at keeper zone of their hoops. Northern Colorado, number 7, running around at the center, drives around to the backside of the hoops, gets pushed from, I believe that was back contact for that push, so we have a stoppage. It looks like they're resetting where players were at the time of the whistle, just because there was a couple of beaters that ran a little bit further after the play than was necessary. Head ref Miles I actually don't know Miles' last name.
Travis.
Miles Travis. There we go. Discussing with his AR as to what happened, whether there was a foul on the play or not.
917.
I believe he is discussing with the player at this time, just letting them know that just to be careful, I'm assuming. I think most refs will, if they see something kind of close and tacky, will at least let the player know, hey, this was seen from one angle, so just watch it. Number 44, keeper for Mizzou, Sean McKinnon with the quaffle. Northern Colorado has gotten Bludger controlled back. McKinnon running in fast, is not able to get the shot off. Hoop was bumped a little bit out of the way, and then I think he had like 2 or 3 players run into him. So Northern Colorado recovers the quaffle. Matt Melton reporting that Northern Colorado players are in fact lovely.
You told me on that too.
10 minutes.
We
literally
just did. Oh,
So-
the pass was a little bit too long behind the hoops, and UNC tries to get it, but not quite.
No, quaffle goes rolling out. That's the
So
one-
many close moments for this team so far. They've not been able to put points on the board yet.
Yep. One of the downfalls
10-15.
of turf, unfortunately, is that once that ball gets passed too far behind the hoops, it will likely roll out of bounds quite quickly. It doesn't quite have the friction of the grass and the length to slow it down.
The other downfall is me because it's really slick if you're not wearing cleats.
You're also in that way. All right. Mizzou with Bludger control. Number 74, Jordan Scarborough tries to take the shot. Grabbed behind by one hand by a Mizzou chaser. I can't see the number from here. Pass back to the front. Number 44.
What was it, 10:45?
Sean McKinnon with a dunk through the center hoop. Brings our score to 50-0, and we have a stoppage. Northern Colorado using their minute timeout.
Oh my god, your hands are so warm.
That's why I gave you those.
Today's game is brought to you by Little Hotties, hot warmers and deep tone warmers.
Not sure if you can hear Matt because he's mumbling over here a bit, but yes, today, at least in our opinion, is brought to you by Little Hotties. The hand warmers and toe warmers available to you at your local Costco.
No, there's nothing to say that you think.
They are doing wonders, keeping our staff and volunteers' toes and hands warm. So we thank you.
Until 1 o'clock when it was so warm we'll be in shorts.
Yes, it's okay. Yeah, come midday, it'll be 65. I think is what the high is out here. So we will slowly be removing the layers that we wear. So if you ever come to a tournament in the north, especially this time of year, make sure to dress in layers. And then the goal is to, as the day goes on, remove those layers, and then depending on how long the days go, possibly put those layers back. So it is,
Shirts immediately.
yep, it is just a process, if you will.
This ain't even the north. You gotta go all the way to
But-
Minnesota for that.
Yeah, we're still Papillion here, very nice facility. If you have never been, maybe out here in the middle of Nebraska, which seems like a far drive, was a 7.5-hour drive for me, but it is a lovely facility. They have turf fields and lights. The staff is very, very nice, so we appreciate Papillion allowing us to have Midwest Regionals here at this facility. Plus, they've got a pool and a lazy river, which, depending on how the day goes, I might find myself in that.
No, I'm less
Like, I'm very hyped.
We could see my little brothers, dude. I pick on them all the time. They're not
I do believe today that they also have a vendor village going on, if I'm not mistaken. Is that
We
correct?
do. We have many local businesses that are here. There's a bookstore. There's jewelry. There's dogs. There's corgis here.
There's dog
Corgis, I am.
There's
in.
corgis.
So if you want to get your corgi fix, start driving to Papillion, Nebraska now.
It is approximately 7 hours from Chicago. So if you leave now, you'll be here for the afternoon games.
All right, our games have restarted here. Quaffle kind of just chilling in the middle. A lot of beater play going on. No one seems to be able to pick it up until number 54, Jackson Fall of Mizzou, runs it down to the hoops for a goal.
25.
All right, that brings our score to 60-0. Mizzou leads. Mizzou holding on to Bludger control. Northern Colorado walking the quaffle up pitch. We have It's number 6, Genevieve Hankins in at keeper. Passes the ball off to number 2, Francesca DeLuca.
Use the other hand.
Number 6, Hankins was wrapped up trying to get the ball out for a pass, unable to.
Ah,
12
a
minutes.
little bit of confusion, but that player is beat.
Mizzou number 44 gets beat by 14. Matthew Cavan of Northern Colorado. Awesome beat because he was going to run his way right to Northern Colorado's hoops.
I wish number 2 on Northern Colorado had made a break for it. I think it's possible they could have done it, but now keeper 6 hasn't. We'll see what happens with it.
Yep, DeLuca could have made that run, but we've got Hankins here, number 6 with the quaffle, walking it in, fighting to keep control of it. Now stripped by number 74, Jordan Scarborough of Mizzou, who just tanks his way in, scores through the center hoop. Brings our score 70-0 for Mizzou. We have a stoppage on the play. Looks like
The dude on the far left, the one white
they
one.
are discussing with the HR something that might have happened off to the side. Wasn't quite within my view, so I'm not entirely sure.
Check what that guy's number is in the bill. Like, there's two.
HR Miles
One's
Travis
squatting right
is
now.
When he turns
speaking
around,
to a
it's
beater on
62.
Northern Colorado. No call on the play, just another warning. We like those. All right. Northern Colorado walking their way up. Number 52, Justin DeWick, makes a beat. His team's able to pick up the quaffle.
74.
Jordan Fall running it in.
Oh,
Gets
by
wrapped,
the
but
leg.
I was going to say, I believe that is going to be a foul, unfortunately, on Northern Colorado because that wrap was on the shin below the knee. Apparently, there's no
They
call on
said
the
no
play,
goal.
though. Obviously,
He was beat, apparently.
there was a shot. The ball did go through the hoop, but it was no goal beat before. So we're not even going to miss, I guess, in terms, miss a beat because there was not a missed beat, as it happens, but we're not going to stop play to discuss because the goal is simply no good.
Oh, falls out of her hands, but then they pick it up.
Justin
Mizzou
DeWick.
number 2 making a fast break to the side, and it goes in.
All right, Robert Wallace scoring that goal for Mizzou with a lot of help from beater Justin DeWick. Justin DeWick, I think this is the first time I've seen him come in the game, and he's playing very aggressive.
14-10!
Really can only help Mizzou at this point. Our score is 80-0. Mizzou. It's 80-0. Yep, there we go. It's all good. We've got a number of scoreboards we're trying to keep updated here, but correct score is 80-0 Mizzou. Ball gets stripped. There's a little bit of a dog pile happening at center pitch. Beaters are coming in to help as fast as they can. Justin DeWick cleaning up that dog pile.
It's hard. Do not catch that one.
We've got number 1 for Mizzou, Evan Donaher, on the far side of the pitch, patches off to number 44, Sean McKinnon,
Oh.
who is able to get in, do a small
14:55.
twist, and score through the mid-size hoop. Brings our score to 90-0 for Mizzou.
15-11.
We are at 15-11 game time. Score is 90-0 for Mizzou.
Password isn't working anymore?
44. 44 is who scored that last one, guys.
Oh, my bad. I'll fix it.
All right. Quaffle's at mid-pitch in the hands of Andrew Lonsdale.
I inverted the numbers, that's why.
Oh, never mind. Quaffle has been turned over to Mizzou. Number 2, Robert Wallace.
Thank you.
A lot of beater play happening in the middle of the hoops on Northern Colorado's side. Wallace tries to take a shot, unable to. Number 1 of Northern Colorado, Andrew Lonsdale, able to grab that quaffle and save his team from devastating feeling of another goal that would put Mizzou into the double digits for goals scored. A lot of play happening on the far side of the pitch. Beater Justin DeWick of Mizzou sort of just protecting the quaffle at this point until his team can get there. McKinnon running the quaffle up the pitch, sets it through the small hoop, takes our score to 100-0. Mizzou leads. Mizzou getting a couple of subs here on the sidelines. Get some fresh legs in there.
16:30.
We are at 16 minutes, 30 seconds. 100-0 on that score. Mizzou leads. Northern Colorado passing the ball up top just outside the keeper zone. Number 12, Joe McLaren tries to go in, gets knocked down, loses the quaffle. Keeper picks it up in the keeper zone. They try to beat him, but again, keepers are immune in the keeper zone. McKinnon running it in, gets held up by number 1 of Northern Colorado. Tries to take the shot, but it is blocked. Just goes straight up. Number 6, Hankins, walking the quaffle up the pitch for Northern Colorado. Mizzou with bludger control in front of their hoops. Justin DeWick comes running out, starts trying to beat whatever Northern Colorado player has the quaffle. Mizzou running in hot.
Wow.
Number 1, Evan Danaher.
Just soared.
Just runs straight in, scores 110-0. Northern Colorado starting to look a little bit winded on their side of the pitch. Both of these teams pretty low on numbers in comparison to the other teams that are here. Not sure if that's just a small roster year, which nothing is wrong with that. Mizzou has previously won this tournament with a smaller roster size, but might have just been that travel couldn't happen this weekend for a lot of people. Northern Colorado 12 tries to take a shot. It is picked up easily by McKinnon, who runs it down back to Northern Colorado hoops, sets it through the small hoop, scores 120-0 for Mizzou. Mizzou getting a couple more fresh legs in there, trying to use what roster they do have here. Northern Colorado, Andrew Lonsdale walking the quaffle up the pitch. Mizzou still with bludger control on the left side of your screen. All right, Northern Colorado still walking it up, makes a pass to the side of the hoops. Number 6 for Mizzou, Vincent Reyes, picks up the quaffle. Mizzou slowly walking it up the pitch. Charges in, takes the longer shot to the smaller hoop. Not good, and the ball rolls out of bounds, turned over to Northern Colorado behind their hoops.
19:30.
We're at 19:30. Means that we will hit our intermission point here shortly. Northern Colorado has number
19:45.
4 in at keeper, Natalia Dominguez. Ball gets knocked away from her, but she is able to recover it. Passes the ball off to
19:56.
Lonsdale. Lonsdale throws the ball to number
20
3,
minutes.
Strew to the left side of the hoops. She goes down, and unfortunately, I think she might have taken a small hit to the side of the head. Play is stopped, I believe, to check on her. She seems to be okay. Head referee Miles Travis is going to get her checked out anyway.
Yellow card. 3 for legal dive. We need to step in the box, please.
Oh,
Time's
never mind.
20:03.
So she's actually going to the box. For an illegal dive, she did try to dive on the quaffle when the small hit to the head
20:03.
occurred.
That's the 20-minute intermission.
All right, that will take us into our 20-minute intermission, since it would be a turnover of the quaffle to Mizzou.
So I have to say, it's not reflected on the score, but I think UNC is putting up a tremendous fight right now. Definitely seeing a lot of initiative and aggressiveness from all of their players. They are not wasting anyone.
I would agree 100%. I think UNC's defense has looked pretty awesome. I mean, they've stopped a lot of, Mizzou shots, Mizzou passes around the hoops. It's looked really nice. They just haven't been able to quite figure out how to break Mizzou with bludger control on, the offensive side of things to try to get that quaffle through the hoop, really. It's really what it comes down to. Mizzou's held bludger control majority of the time. I'd say it's probably like 80-20 at least, if not 90-10 at this point in time.
Yeah.
And, sometimes if you can't get past those bludgers on offense, especially with as aggressive as Mizzou's beaters are playing, it can be tough.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
All right, we are getting started here again. Let's see who's going to be seeking for both sides here.
Dude, look at that dumpy.
One's for a seeker. Yep.
She's got 1 minute until Mizzou scores.
Yep. So number 6 of Colorado. You're actually over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're okay. You want to be closer to your hoop, so you can pretty much go like up till that blue line right there.
10-second countdown once I start play, please.
Yep.
All right, so seeking today for Northern Colorado, we have number 8, Macy McAdoo. Matt actually got really excited about seeing M. McAdoo on a roster last night.
That is a throwback. That is very exciting.
McAdoo, but it is a Macy McAdoo.
8,
Seeking
7,
for Mizzou,
6,
we have number 54,
5,
Jackson
4,
Paul.
3, 2, 1.
And
Seekers
in the
release.
midst of the countdown for the Seekers, Mizzou scores another goal. I did not see who scored it,
Be like 2015-ish.
but that brings our score to 130-0. All right,
penalty box,
Northern
you're in.
Colorado already
Penalty
swapping
box
out
is
their
in.
Seeker, putting in number 1, Andrew Lonsdale.
You gotta tag in.
Mizzou choosing to keep one beater on quaffle play, it looks like, while they keep the other one on snitch. Mizzou running the ball in on Northern Colorado, nothing much back on defense, brings the score 140-0.
Come on, Makoa.
And what is our set score today? I didn't quite
190.
look here. 190. Okay, so the goal is to get 190 for our set score. All right, Northern Colorado walking the quaffle up at mid-pitch. Mizzou not appearing to be too worried about the Seeker game at this point, focusing their bludgers on quaffle play at this point. Northern Colorado doing the same, really. I think they're just sort of allowing.
And that was a
game to
near
get
catch
awesome.
by Northern Colorado. They nearly had it.
Catch here might put Northern Colorado.
McCullough from Creighton doing an excellent job seeking. Norco nearly had it. They needed to just pull just a little bit. Their fingers were on the tail.
That's always the worst, when you know that it's touched your fingers. Meanwhile, we get a goal
was
again for
21-48.
Mizzou. Number 11, Sydney Boger, I think is how it might be pronounced. With that goal, brings our score 150-0. Mizzou leads again. That score we are looking for to end the game is 190, that set score. Beaters for Mizzou, focusing a little bit more on snitch play.
Oh!
And we have a potential catch for Northern Colorado.
That was
Number
clean.
1, Andrew Lonsdale. That was a pretty quick, sneaky move.
All of the, I believe we've seen 2 or 3 Seekers from Northern Colorado today, and both of them were very, very quick, and just about getting in the right time.
Yeah, and I mean, we had just spoken moments ago about how Lonsdale definitely had his fingers right there, so I'm really not surprised that he was able to finally make that move and get that catch. Yes, that catch is good. With that catch, Northern Colorado is finally on the board. Score is 150-35. Head ref Miles Travis confirming for us where our score is at. So the game goes on. A great pass by number 4 of Northern Colorado. Number 12.
Oh, come on. Come
Ray
on.
McLaren takes the shot. Goal ref called it good, but it sounds like we're in. Okay.
Oh,
Head ref Miles Travis says no good on the goal.
Miles said no. That's what we do.
Yeah,
But oh, Northern Colorado was so close.
Mary is in this. Her heart is with Northern Colorado. All right.
I'm pumped for all of the teams here. All the teams. Equal opportunity rooter.
That is totally fair. All right. Mizzou moving the quaffle up pitch. Currently, Mizzou with bludger control. Gets all the way into keeper zone and takes a shot on the small hoop. Goal for number 2 of Mizzou, Robert Wallace. Northern Colorado having to run all the way behind their hoops to recover the quaffle.
I hate it when that happens.
Like I said, it's one of the few downfalls of turf is just that the quaffle, when that kind of situation, especially when you're taking a shot, you're not trying to necessarily just give it a little bit of oomph. You really want to put it through that hoop, so it's gonna roll and roll and roll. All right, number 4, Northern Colorado passes it just outside. We get a whistle for stoppage. Something happened in beater play. It looks like just inside Mizzou hoops. It looks like Mizzou beater Justin DeWitt gets a card for throw after beat.
He's a bad player.
Justin, can we get a clean game, please? This isn't looking good for the gym.
This gives Northern Colorado a little bit more of a chance to get that quaffle in the hoops. Mizzou doing a very good job of wrapping the people with the quaffle, and the ball is out and kind of just flying around. Head ref Miles Travis, though, takes the ball from Northern Colorado, hands it back over to Mizzou, allows play to continue. Robert Wallace walking the quaffle up pitch for Mizzou. All right, quaffle turns over to UNC. I believe a player on Mizzou was beat before they threw for a pass.
24-45.
Number 4, Natalia Dominguez, running the quaffle up pitch with number 14, Matthew Cavan, in front of her as a beater, trying to protect her.
5.
Oh, and
4,
Kevin lost the blitz, and he got it back.
Great wrap
2,
from Mizzou, and then
1.
number 2, Robert
You're good.
Wallace, runs through, picks off the pass. He's in a race right now, trying to avoid beating, but number 14 of Northern Colorado, Matthew Cavan.
Oh,
knocks the quaffle out
looked
of
a
his
little bit
hands.
like net contact, but maybe not.
And then Robert Wallace wrapped up by Northern Colorado, unable to capitalize on that drive. Score is 160-30. Our set score is 190. Mizzou 3 away.
There's a 2-arm tackle.
That was an awesome wrap and tackle by number 1, Evan Donaher of Mizzou.
Oh, Mizzou just tried to wrestle the ball out of number 4's hand.
Ball
Did
goes
not
flying.
happen, but then they dropped it. But Vincent Reyes going down for Mizzou.
Little deep, and then
25.
makes a score on the mid-sized hoop. Starts cheering on his team on the sidelines. We are at 170-30. Mizzou sounding like they want to go as quick as they can and finish off their first game of the day here in Papillion, Nebraska.
Oh, easy jump, okay. I'm trying.
Natalia Dominguez walking the quaffle up for Northern Colorado, passes it off to the right side of the pitch. Number 1, Northern Colorado tries to make a pass across the hoops. Unable, Mizzou's able to pick that quaffle off. McKinnon of Mizzou with the quaffle, Mizzou with bludger control.
Does anyone have hand warmers?
Beaters for Mizzou trying to make some stuff happen, make chaos in the middle of the pitch. Vincent Reyes with the goal for Mizzou.
Match point.
Brings our score to 180-30. We are 1 point away from this game being over. Northern Colorado having to run pretty far behind to pick up that quaffle after Vincent Reyes scored. Natalia Dominguez bringing the quaffle back into play for Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado out here with a roster size of 11. Not easy, that's for sure, especially when you've got a long day ahead of you. And this is your first game of the day. Quaffle was turned over at center pitch. Mizzou now with the quaffle. Depending on what they're able to do on this drive, this could end the game.
Oh, too low.
Vincent Reyes tries to go in, shot too low, but it is picked
was
up by number
beautiful.
11, Sydney Boger, who was able to put the quaffle through.
Isn't that the end of
That
the?
is 190.
Isn't that the?
That's set score! Sorry for yelling. I hope that wasn't too loud on the stream, but we want to make sure that our referees know what's going on. So, final score 190-35. Mizzou takes game number 2 here at Midwest Regionals, their first game of the day. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you are staying nice and toasty warm wherever you may be.
Yeah.
Are we in blues or whites?
We will be back in approximately 10 minutes at about 10 a.m. Central Time for the next game.
All right, see you then.